So earlier today, Pittsburgh Steelers cornerback Cameron Sutton was recently suspended for 8 games for this upcoming NFL year. It was due to violating the personal conduct policy. Apparently, he put hands on his wife, so I'll just leave it at that. But I think this brings up definitely an interesting kind of topic of NFL and player suspensions. It's just kind of crazy how a guy like Cam Sutton can do something as vile as put hands on a woman in a violent way and only get 8 games. But meanwhile, a guy like Calvin Ridley or other dudes who have gambled while being an NFL player get suspended for the entirety of an NFL season without pay. I really think it's just pretty crazy to think about it from that perspective. And think about it too, if you were on a ball team and you had 2 teammates, who would you rather have as a teammate? A guy that violates females or a guy that has a bit of a gambling issue? It's just crazy to me that he only gets 8 games and dudes who gamble are done from the league essentially. Of course, sometimes the NFL has gotten it right in the past. For example, Ray Rice completely tarnished from the league. But I think a big reason why he was completely exiled like that is because it was caught on camera. If any of these dudes were caught on camera who have hit females before, they would obviously be gone too, because hard evidence is hard evidence at the end of the day. And I don't know, I feel like even if there was a situation where the victim posted or exposed pictures online, I really feel like the punishment would be more severe than 8 games. But a lot of the time it's just like a domestic kind of personal matter of things just kind of getting out of control, and the wife or the girlfriend at the end of the day not wanting to lose everything, not wanting to lose her provider and whatnot. So it's really a gray area, and I really don't even like talking about all this TMZ nonsense, but I just think this brings up a bigger issue at hand, like I mentioned earlier, of just the NFL and their suspension rules or laws or whatever the hell you want to call it. I just think they really need to put up some blueprints in the future of if you have a gambling issue, here is the set number of games you will get, and it's detailed. If you have a speeding or vehicle related issues like Rushy Rice or a DUI issue, you get 5 or 6 games. I just feel like they really need to make things clear rather than it being the wild, wild west right now, because I really feel like it's that way. I just don't understand, man. If you think this makes any sense on how they're handing out suspensions right now, let me know. Or do you think my idea is decent of the NFL coming out with specific ground rules in the future? Let me know. I'm curious what y'all think, but I just think they need to have some definitive set in stone rules in the future, because it just doesn't make any sense, man. It just doesn't. And speaking of suspensions, we're all waiting for the Rashee Rice kind of ordeal to figure itself out, mainly just because he's been in the headlines a few times this offseason, and because he's on the Chiefs, he's with Mahomes. Obviously, he's in the limelight a lot more, so we'll see what happens there. I really don't have any predictions. I feel like, I don't know. It's just been, that's another element with being suspended and all these suspensions in general, is there's a gray area of the law and evidence and just that whole world of things being swept under the rug if the money is right. Because like, even if you think about the Rashid Rice thing, he had like an incident, altercation, assault with some guy at a club, and then all of a sudden, a couple weeks later, it never happened. So clearly he got paid off. So I'm not saying this is an easy thing for the NFL to eventually come out with specific ground rules with suspensions. It's not going to be easy, but you got to start somewhere. You got to lay a foundation somewhere, because it's just too erratic, man. And it like, and that's the thing too, like, usually when a guy gets caught for performance enhancing drugs, they usually get like 6 games, 8 games, 4 games. You're telling me that's as bad as putting hands on a woman? I just think that's crazy, man. That's crazy. I know, like, PEDs, it's a full contact sport, so, like, again, I don't know, but I just think breaking the law and being a felon is just so much more worse than using PEDs. I know PEDs are technically illegal and you could get arrested and whatnot, blah, 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 but like, come on. You guys know what I'm talking about. So let me know what y'all think about this news and my idea. Do you think there should be ground rules, or would it just be way, way too complicated? Like I said, it's not going to be easy, but you got to start somewhere. And if you had to guess, how long do you think Rashid Rice will be suspended for? I don't know, man. I think it's got to be at least 4 games. Maybe 6, maybe 8. I don't know, but this Cam Sutton news is just a reminder of just how bizarre all of this is. Like, come on, man. 8 games? 8 games? I don't know, man. And like, it happens a lot more frequently than we realize. The NFL obviously doesn't like to promote their employees and their legal troubles, so obviously suspensions and whatnot don't get a lot of media attention. But yeah, man, just a gray area in the NFL, kind of a sketchy area, but I really think they have an issue, and I really think they should try to solve it at least some point in the future. Let me know what y'all think. That's all I got for right now. Peace.
They're being aggressive and they're trying to end this game right here.
Second down here after that run play.
Good coaching on the defensive side. Everybody stays at home. They stay in their gap and they hold that run to a short gain.